the run that runs the business end of triathlon. You know, it's where you win or lose the race. I like to get out very hard, make other people hurt sometimes. Other times, you know, you want to leave it to the last kilometre and really win the race there.
You need to go fast at the start for as long as you can. You need to stay with the group. You need to be focused. You need a fast sprint at the end.
Races normally are sorted out in the first kind of 3 or 4k, so I try and run near the front as fast as I can, and then I hold on. Normally after 4k, I settle down into a pace and hold on as hard as best as I can until the last kind of k, and then I assess the situation again. And if there's people around me, I normally try and split up the race then, or if not, I'll leave it to a sprint finish and give it everything I've got.
A lot of aerobic activity tends to bias you to running short. So instead of being tall, tend to be sinking. In order to run efficiently, you need good posture. It's very rare that you see people winning Olympic gold medals in any running race from 100 metres to a marathon unless they have some certain fundamentals about them. Think about having a long neck, you will be tall, and of course the tendency when you get off the bike is not to be tall. The problem often with people who run with their hips low is that their stride length is shorter than it needs to be, and you need an optimum stride length. Reasonably long, not enormously long, reasonably long, but not inhibited by the previous events you've done. So in other words, think about having tall hips, head up. Don't sacrifice your posture for speed. So if you feel that you're losing the height because you're trying to run fast, slow down and get the height. A lot of people tend to strike on their heels, and that tends to take a long time then for you to be able to roll off and move to the next strike. The best athletes in the world tend to have very fast feet. They're not on the ground for very long, and some of the slowest athletes I've ever seen in my life, including myself, spend a lot of time on the ground. There is a tendency for endurance athletes to have low knees, and one of the drills that we'll demonstrate in a minute, which you'll see, is about getting the knees higher, because it tends to give you a bit of a longer stride. And endurance gradually gets you, less flexibility, less mobility. Stride length gets shorter and shorter and shorter, even during a race sometimes. And what you're looking at, and you'll be doing this, is to have a movement where you hold it at the top with a right angle at the knee and a right angle at the ankle, and just relaxed running arms basically.
Try and slow it down a little bit, then it's harder.
Yes, try to spend 2 seconds in the up position.
That's good.
The next development of this, once you've mastered that, and you will very quickly, is to push up with a standing heel, which requires more balance, more demanding of you, but is actually more like the pattern that you'll have when you run. I think until you've mastered it, you shouldn't move on it, and twice a week is ideal.
Some of you are a bit tense in the face, just relax a bit.
That's excellent, well done. And you will see Usain Bolt snapping down.
See where the foot hits the ground first as well, is that forefoot, isn't it? There.
Excellent. Stop. Excellent, well done.
British Triathlon, proudly partnered by GE. Imagination at work.